Gervonta Davis has been without an opponent since Ryan Garcia, but it looks like his next opponent will be a rematch with Isaac Cruz. Isaac Cruz has been yearning for a rematch with Gervonta for months, and he's willing to do anything to get it secured. Isaac stated, "I'm ready to put Mexico on top once again and show that I'm meant to go up against the best. I'm making sure that I'm working harder and smarter and making the most of everything I do in the gym. I'm totally focused on staying at 135 pounds because it's where I feel strongest and most comfortable. I just want to give everyone watching a great show. I've made a connection with the fans because I've shown that I'm not afraid to fight the best. I have no fear, just resolve. I want the American fans to know me as well as the Mexican fans, so I have to go up against the very best. First, I want to rematch Gervonta Davis no matter what. After that, I want to face Devin Haney and Vasyl Lomachenko." Isaac Cruz even called out Gervonta right after his last fight, and Gervonta didn't seem too keen on taking him up on it.
"We want the rematch with Gervonta Davis. These fans have been great, and that's why, they came out, and what I promised is a depth already, and we did it tonight."
Gervonta shakes his head. I wish we could bring him into the ring.
In a recent interview, Mike Tyson was asked what fighter he thinks is most like him, and to most people's surprise, he pointed out that it wasn't Gervonta and it was actually Isaac. Mike stated, "If I had to say someone is closest to me, I would say Isaac Cruz. He's short and stubby for his weight class, like I was, and he comes at you. People might think I would say Gervonta Davis, but Tank reminds me a whole lot of Aaron Pryor. I mean that as a big compliment. You would think Tank is a brawler, but he really is a boxer puncher. He moves well, he moves his head well. He can beat you in all kinds of ways. He can knock you out, or he can box you. Cruz reminds me the most of who I was. He comes at you with bad intentions." Gervonta did admit that he'd be willing to run it back with Isaac though, and in a now deleted Twitter post he stated, "I'll fight him again. I will stop him next time. And how can people say I lost this fight? Oh my god, I did a lot of in this fight though for sure." Sean Porter actually didn't think that there would be a rematch between these two.
Would you like to see a rematch between Pitbull Cruz and Tank Davis?
No, sir.
No, sir.
I don't. And furthermore, we'll never see that fight again.
Okay.
Been there, done that.
Frank Martin, on the other hand, believes that Isaac is doing the bare minimum to secure a rematch with Gervonta instead of either of the fighters taking Frank on. Frank stated, "We'd be a great fight because I just feel like Isaac Cruz, he got his eyes so set on Tank. He doesn't want to fight anybody who he feels is a threat and can mess up that opportunity. That's what's going to happen if he gets in there with me. That Tank opportunity is out the window." Coach Kenny Ellis thinks that Tank Davis did more than enough work in the first fight though. Kenny stated, "We went 12 rounds with him with one hand. He came into the fight with one hand. Some things in camp we know as a team that Gervonta wasn't 100%, but he still outboxed Cruz with one hand. If he was 100%, it wouldn't have gone the distance." After the last fight, Isaac Cruz pointed out that he was very happy with his own performance against Gervonta. Isaac stated, "I'm very happy with the way I fought against the top-notch opponent. I want to thank the fans at Staples Center and those that tuned in on pay-per-view. You guys got a great show, and I'm glad that we were able to entertain you for what was a great fight tonight. How did I go from someone Tank didn't know at 135 to someone who he wants to avoid at all costs for a rematch? It's absolutely astounding." At the same time, promoter Sean Gibbons thought that Gervonta was wise for not wanting to run things back at the time. Sean stated, "A lot of people talk about Tank Davis being a dumb person. I think he's the smartest guy in this room. He realized tonight who Isaac Cruz was. Gervonta tried to intimidate him on numerous occasions, and he tried to intimidate him at the weigh-in. All Isaac did was try and run him out of the ring. It should be Gervonta Rigondeaux, but we'll go with Davis for now. But again, Isaac has a bright future. He's 23 years old. If Gervonta doesn't want to give him the rematch, that's his business. But we've got a lot of big fights and good things in front of Isaac." Quite a few people were expecting Isaac to fight Shakur next though, but Isaac pointed out why that fight isn't happening. Isaac stated, "I think I don't know what Bob Arum's plan, Shakur's manager, was, but I think he wanted to get there and then without breaking a sweat here within the division. He wanted to ignore everyone, even my name, my job, and I did not agree to give him that great opportunity that he wanted within the division. According to Bob Arum, it was Isaac who didn't want the fight though, and he stated, "I don't think that fight happens. I don't think Cruz is really anxious to fight him because I don't think anybody is really anxious to fight Shakur, so I don't think that fight will happen. I think we'll probably go in a different direction for Shakur. There are 4 sanctioning bodies, so Cruz will probably look to fight somebody else for another sanctioning body's mandatory, and we'll do the same for Shakur. And if I'm wrong, we've reached out to Sean Gibbons. Shakur will obviously fight anybody at 135 because he's a fantastic fighter, and I don't blame Cruz for not wanting to fight him. I can't really see anybody other than maybe the top guys like Haney or Lomachenko being anything other than easy fight for Shakur. He's that good." Meanwhile, Shakur Stevenson said that Gervonta would be his biggest opponent, and he wants it.
What would be your hardest matchup? Devin Haney, Tank, or would it be Ryan Garcia?
Nah, Ryan, just X him out. He's trash. It's gonna be Tank. I ain't said it before, but I'm gonna say it like me and him the big fight.
According to Bob Arum, there's one man standing in the way of that fight happening though. Bob stated, "Ask Floyd why it isn't happening. I'm sure that Shakur would jump at the chance of fighting Tank because it is a big money fight, but it takes 2 to make a fight." Calvin Ford just doesn't think that the fight makes sense though. Calvin stated, "If you look at the numbers they're putting out, it doesn't make sense. Once they understand the business, you can't go in there asking for a whole bunch of money. Shakur got offered some money from Devin Haney. Do you see the way he turned it down? Tank isn't taking any pay cut. I wouldn't say it's his biggest fight, Shakur. His biggest fight is every fight. Y'all see that. It's just another fight we got to look at. It's going to happen one day. We just have to be prepared for when it happens." Calvin Ford addressed other potential fights that have been talked about, such as the fight with Terrence Crawford, but he pointed out just who he really wants next for Gervonta. Calvin stated, "He was just playing around. Tank does that to get an eyebrow out of people. You know how The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, puts his eyebrow up? You know how when they talk about Naoya Inoue, he's weight classes down too. Everybody said something about that fight. Right now, we're just worried about that contract coming across our desk. That's what we're getting ready for. My thing is Pitbull."
I ain't gonna lie, I ain't really trying to be in this too much longer. So that's the answer right there for you.
How old are you now? 28?
28.
Yeah. How much longer are you expecting to do it?
Once I get them guys out of there, I'm gone.
Is that right? So let's say like 30-ish, something like that? Why do you want to get out so soon?
I want to just help people that's coming behind me. I feel as though that's more important. Future.
Is that why you got Lamont Peterson and Anthony on this card?
They was before me, but yeah. They're trying to do my good deeds. I feel as though it's something that is installed in me. It's loyalty. I feel as though that's something that people are missing out here. I feel as though if you're in a position to help somebody, help them.
Yeah.
For the right reason.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and check out some of our other videos on the screen right now.